Hello, my name is BlazinZeddy, and today we'll be taking a look at only hero missions, no chaos control glitch, for Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, if you don't know how Shadow the Hedgehog works as a game, you start off in Westopolis, and as you complete each level, you have the choice of 3 objectives. A normal objective, a hero objective, and a dark objective. In most cases, some levels give you 2, mix and match.
Time to go and fulfill this
first level gives you 3. So for each level we encounter, we will be completing the hero mission, and we'll do so without using a glitch known as Chaos Control Glitch. Chaos Control Glitch is a glitch that allows you to use the power Chaos Control near indefinitely, and it can be heavily abused to skip portions of levels, get to sections you're supposed to get to later, much earlier, skip entire levels in some cases. So, in this category we're going to not use the glitch and try to complete each objective as intended as possible, without glitching through the entire game. Now the objective for this level is to kill all the aliens, so you just have to make sure all the aliens I can possibly find, I have to snuff them out, because I don't plan to come back this way at all. So here's Chaos Control, got it by killing all those aliens, and I landed on a checkpoint, which allows me to actually come back to that section later, which is, you might saw some enemies as we were flying by, no worries, we'll come back and take care of them later. It's faster to skip them initially, and then come back once we get to the end of the level. So, this weapon I just picked up, it is called the Egg Vacuum. As the name implies, it's an egg, and it vacuums things up. Look how easy that was to pick up those last 2 enemies. And then this section here, we're just going to fly through. 1, 2, 3, just pick them up. So you get the egg vacuum by completing a neutral ending, as we call it, which is completing a level at the end of Lava Shelter and defeating the Egg Dealer boss. Thankfully, Egg Dealer is not the final boss in this category. It's actually Black Doom, which is a way easier fight. It's not very RNG dependent at all. So here's that checkpoint I was talking about. There's the checkpoint I landed on earlier. So now we can just go through here, pick up the remaining enemies, and then complete the level.
That's all of them.
And like that, that's hero mission for Westopolis.
Disgusting
Normally we
black
would use Chaos
creatures.
Control
Get out of my
Glitch
sight.
for this mission, as it allows us to maintain Chaos Control power, and then we can use it even later in the level. But not using it is actually not that much slower. One thing you may have noticed is that I am playing on the Xbox version. Now the Xbox version has some advantages over some of the other versions of the game. It loads a little bit faster, like in between levels and in the levels themselves, to prevent lag time. And I don't get an auto-saving screen between each level. All of this kind of adds up for a ginormous amount of time save. So much so that I can actually complete this game faster in real time on Xbox version than I can on the GameCube version with the use of Chaos Control Glitch, which I think is just fascinating. So here's Lethal Highway. We go fast. The objective is to... Oh man, I got stuck here. Come on. Get through it, get through it. Alright, so the objective is to destroy this tank. And to do that, we're going to grab another special weapon here. This is the Shadow Rifle, the most powerful weapon in the game. It can take out most enemies within a single shot. In our case, it won't take out the tank in a single shot, but it will take only 15 shots at most to take out. I haven't been counting. I kind of just wait for this guy here and then spam my rifle. And then dead. And then that's the mission.
We did it!
So yeah, you unlock the Shadow Rifle by completing the last story, which you unlock by completing the 10 other endings you can complete through this story mode. You can do one last final unique pathway, and then at the end you beat the game and get the Shadow Rifle as a Here's Black Bull. Black Bull can be a pain sometimes, but it's not really a terrible fight. You just have to hit his eye a bunch. So to start it off, I'll just do the intended strat, but I'm going to come back here and do some, I call them brutes, but they're black armed soldiers, and I missed one of my rifle ammo. I'm not going to have enough ammo to really take care of this. Up there he is. I'm going to grab him real quick. Normally I'd get him to start turning around on that walkway, so here I'm doing a little backup strat to kind of get the same effect, just in this direction instead of the other direction. So we're losing some time here, but it's not a huge time loss. In fact, doing it this way is actually pretty saves us a little more time overall had I tried to get him to go the other way. But yeah, really simple fight. Just get enough hero points to activate Chaos Control, which in this case freezes time, which allows us to shoot a whole bunch of bullets at his eyes. Or eye, in this case. So, could be a little bit faster, but it's really a simple fight. Alright, so coming up next is Circus Park. Now, if you're aware of one of the memes in this game, it's the part where Shadow's like, "Where's that dang 4th Chaos Emerald?" And that the cutscene I just skipped there was that cutscene. So, in a marathon setting, if we want to watch that, I can totally let it go for a little bit. There's only a few seconds difference. It doesn't really matter for me. It depends on if we want to show the meme or not. So here's Circus Park. The objective is to complete or to collect 400 rings, because Eggman stole them, and we need to get them back.
Oh, Shadow, there you are. Those gun geeks are
So
trying to
to
demolish
accomplish
my
this, we're
lovely
gonna
farm.
pick up all the rings
Do
we
me a
can,
favor, get rid of the soldiers
and
for
we're
me.
gonna hit some of those test your strength bells, as I like to call them. And through those, I can
So,
really start to
fast enough
accumulate
for you?
rings really fast. So we're gonna quickly grab our friend the egg vacuum, vacuum up those rings so I don't have to travel as far to pick up some of them. So perfect weapon for this
Use the B
mission.
button to get in and out of that turret, and press the X button to fire. You can use this to fly over to the other side. Don't go smashing up
Going
my
through some of
robot.
those rings, gets us rings. There's a whole bunch of carnival games that you can do in this. There's some of them where you can shoot a
If you can hit
a
the center of the
timer and it
target,
starts
you get a
showing
prize.
balloons everywhere. As you can imagine, that can take up some time, as it requires us to stay in place and not move forward on the level, and you don't get enough rings from it to benefit from the lack of movement.
I wonder how my robots are doing.
Yeah, not a whole lot more to explain. You just go fast, pick up all the rings, try to avoid taking the damage. There's cases where if I need to, I can do a backup strat if I miss a test of strength bell. If I remember correctly, we do have to go back to the very beginning. Fun fact about this level is that when you go backwards through a checkpoint, it actually reactivates the ability to hit those tester strength machines. So I can, even though I don't hit it where I intend to here, I usually plan to hit this one here and finish it off. Unfortunately, we missed it, so I'll just have to come back this way and hit the one at the very beginning.
What the heck was Eggman thinking when he made this place?
So, a bit of time lost, but overall,
That's all of them!
it's not that much time lost compared to the whole level.
Sorry, Doctor.
But overall,
I got
pretty,
no time
pretty
for
neat
games.
mission. You just have to avoid dying, because dying resets your rings to 0, and depending on where you are in the level, it can be devastating. Alright, so coming up next is Death Ruins. This is one of the missions where, or the start of the missions where you have the choice of either doing two, or just two. In this case, it's Hero or Dark. So, Dark, or Hero mission in this case is kill the aliens, because they're taking over the forest. Another pretty simple mission. Just know where they are, best ways to take care of them. Once again, we'll use our trusty friend, the egg vacuum, as it will allow us to just kind of effortlessly pick up enemies. We'll pick up some allies along the way, but it's a video game. I'm sure they won't mind. It's for the greater good. Nice camera here. Doesn't usually happen like that.
We have altered the plant life here to suit our own purposes.
That's it, men. Get it!
Do they really ignore these worthless
There's a few more here, so I'm going to slow down. If I go a little too fast there, we end up actually flying backwards on the rail, which I think is kind of funny how that just works out. I'm going to vacuum these guys. I now have Chaos Control. Fun fact about Chaos Control, you may have seen this in Westopolis, but it actually kills enemies around you, or deals damage. And for the larva enemies that are little spawn things, kind of creepy on the ground, look like little volcanoes in a sense, or pimples, however you want to phrase it, they die just by being around you when you're in Chaos Control mode.
Stop attacking our
This is
allies.
pretty fun. I'm going to grab a flame shield that is hiding underneath one of the platforms there. Everything I touch now takes damage, and this is super nice for this next section here, where I'm just able to like run up against stuff, it blows up. I'm going to take care of these guys real quick. And then just falling down here, I'm not being bounced around at all, except for that ledge there, which, that was unfortunate, but otherwise I just fall right into there. We're just going to use the rocket launcher to finish up the remaining enemies.
That's all of them.
Yeah. Pretty simple mission. This is not a very long one either. The dark version of
I
this
won't
mission
let you get away with
takes
trying
only
to
40
invade
seconds
this
or so
planet.
if you're using Chaos Control glitch, and even then it's not all that much slower to just go through the level without it, which I have to do when I do the expert mode of this category on for no Chaos Control glitch. Welcome back, Black Bull. Pretty much same fight, shoot his eye. And it's a lot easier this time because he stays in place and the enemies come right to us.
Finish him off quickly.
I'm gonna grab 2 sets of ammo because I don't have enough ammo to take him or take care of him with a single set of rounds.
It's not over yet. Stay focused.
But yeah, just jump up, shoot his eye. Nothing to worry about. They want you to go up on those rails and try to fly around or move around him and shoot him in the eye
There's
that
no
way.
way
But
you can stop me.
that's just way too much. Alright, so coming up next, this is a stage that a lot of people, as particularly this mission, where a lot of people became really frustrated with the game and kind of called it quits. It's going to be Lost Impact. This is a flashback level, where we're back on the Ark before the events of Sonic Adventure 2. And our objective here is to help Maria in destroying the artificial chaos that have just run amok among the station.
The experimental monsters are in here. They're
Now
on
these
the
guys are
rampage.
in all sorts of
Please,
weird
you're the
places, and if you
only
don't know where they are, it can be a real pain.
There are more
Thankfully,
out
I've
there.
played this game
Please be
too
careful.
much. I know exactly where they all are,
Guarding
and I know the best way to take care of them too. We're gonna pick up this grenade launcher, and then a single shot is usually enough to take care of not only its initial state, but the little balls it breaks into
The research
when it gets damaged.
Their eyes look so sad.
So just within that blast radius, I'm able to basically take them all out in one hit. There's some that are a little bit too big for me to take out in one hit. And they'll take several shots. Some are just a real pain to take care of with the grenade launcher, but I do my best.
That's a bomb. The experiments aren't
Yeah, this is one that probably had
Look out,
people
be
confused for
careful.
a bit, as it was way up here, and who would have thought
All
to
right, just a little more.
go way up there way in the beginning, and especially if you miss the checkpoint right away, then you're screwed. You can't come back.
Used to be an everyday means
So you definitely want to grab every checkpoint you can see if you're doing missions like this, where you have to kill a lot of enemies. So here's a gun lift. It's a automated, basically an auto scroller, but I can control if it goes really fast or a tad bit slow. I'll typically go slower when I'm getting close to the artificial chaos, so I don't miss any.
The gunlet doesn't have any shielding, so be very careful
Yeah, just
when controlling.
hold A
Count on you, Shadow.
to move faster, press the B button to rapid fire. It's a pretty easy section.
The artificial chaos is out of control.
Now, one thing I would like to point out with these artificial chaos is that the amount of hero points and hero meter they give you actually fluctuates a bit based on how you kill them. I'm not sure on the exact science on it. I've tried a few theories and nothing seems to be consistent, but they do fluctuate in how many points they give you, and this can screw you over quite a bit later on, which it does for me in this case. Which almost fell off. That would have been real bad.
I can't believe it. Grandfather's experiments out of control like this?
Here's another one that people may have. You want to go the lightning
What
path
should we
because
do?
rings are good.
Which way do we go?
Wait,
You
bad
can
guy
use
right
that
here.
experiment to bounce off it using your homing attacks, but it's very
So as you can
dangerous.
see, we're really getting close to that
Engaging
meter
mutated
of being
All these
full.
brave people.
I think we're gonna fill it up in the next room here too, which is a little unfortunate. Because I would have liked to use it to pass this meteor section you'll be seeing. You'll see how I deal with that. Yeah, here we are. So I have infinite ammo. I can't be hurt. That's one cool thing about being in hero shadow mode. Bad thing is that because of my situation and what I need to do, I'm not really gonna be able to use any of them.
I hope that the guns will be okay.
Except I'll try to do my
Let's
best
check it
here.
out just to be sure. This is a
Unfortunately, I went a little too
order
far.
from the gunlet. Be careful not to fall.
Alright, so the plan would be to have these two and the one coming up be the last ones to fill up my meter, and then from there you can use chaos control to skip the
Watch
entire
the
next
shadows.
gun rail
The
system.
research experiments might be... Good job, Shadow.
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, so we're gonna take care of all these meteors right away. If you don't, you can run right into them. They explode in your face a whole bunch. You're constantly getting knocked off the gun lift. It's not fun. Yeah, an unfortunate time loss, but it's nothing that we can't deal with.
This is why I was against these experiments.
Switch here. Here's a big guy that I was talking about earlier where a single shot's not enough. Camera, please. Camera, please. Okay, thank you. So here I am trying my best to get as much of the
Only a few more. Good luck.
little spawns off of him as close to him as possible. Make the best use of my grenade launcher. And we just have 2 more sections left to go. This section here. One more in between room and then one last section. And that's all of them. When I first did this mission, when I picked up the game again, like for casual playing, it took me 30 minutes to get through this. And that's after I looked up how to find them all. So to be able to do this another
More artificial chaos. There
6
should only
minutes
be
is
one more left.
something I didn't think I'd be able to do when I first started playing the game again.
Oh, Shadow, thank you.
It's definitely a lot more fun when you know where everything is, too.
As I promised you, Maria, I will protect the Professor and the Ark.
Alright, so we have... Oh, hello Maria. We have one more level left. This is the final level. This is our pure hero ending, as we call it. You got the 5 endings, going top to bottom, pure dark, neutral, hero, pure hero. So, pure hero level, final haunt. The objective here is to just get to the end.
I can feel
Black
them.
Doom wants you to turn on these
Everywhere.
shield generators to keep the bad guys, quote unquote, from getting into the giant comet they arrived on. We want to kick his ass, so we're gonna shoot a whole bunch of his enemies with our awesome shadow rifle and get a lot of hero points so that we can use chaos control. This is another level where we would usually use chaos control glitch to save a bunch of time. However, because we're on Xbox version and because we've said no, don't do it, we won't be using chaos control glitch. And we'll be losing some time compared to if we were on a different system. But because of the time save we received throughout all the different in-between levels and just in level, we are gonna save more time than we lose by not using the glitch. Fun fact, because I don't believe I've mentioned it, Xbox version can't actually use Chaos Control Glitch. It updates behind the scenes a little more quickly than the other versions do. So we have a very tiny window to use Chaos Control Glitch. And that window is slammed shut in this version. So even if I wanted to use the Xbox version for our any percent Chaos Control Glitch runs, I would be stuck with using no Chaos Control Glitch strats. So here's one deviation from our any percent route. We go this way instead of into a room where there's a whole lot more enemies to get Chaos Control Glitch again. Or to get Chaos Control Glitch for the first time in this level, and skip a whole bunch of what we're doing right now. But we can just do some more killing, get normal Chaos Control, and fly through some more time sync sections. Alright, so this is where we would normally use the ability to use Chaos Control Glitch because of a barrier placed by Black Doom. And we would have to go through this whole section, shooting a whole bunch to try to clear out the enemies. I'm failing at this point. I'm supposed to keep going instead of stopping. One final Chaos Control Glitch to get right through this section. But there's really not a whole lot left to the level. We did activate one shield to get through the one section, but we can just jump around it. So, like it was nothing. You can actually jump around all of them if you needed to.
So we meet at last, Black
Except when
Doom.
you activate the last
You're the
one, that one
responsible
causes
for
them
all
all
this
the...
villainy.
So that causes the dark mission to complete. So, all but one. Alright, so coming up is the boss of this path, which is Black Doom. Black Doom is a super easy fight. He has 3 possible attacks. Swift Strike. I'm blanking on what he calls the other ones. Meteor Slash, I think that one was, and then there's Meteors. And then, if you get Meteors, that's bad news. You have to do a whole nother cycle. If you get one of the other 2, you dead. Just like that. So,
Maria loved this planet.
with that,
I will not
that
let you
is
destroy
only
it.
hero missions without the use of Chaos Control Glitch or Shadow the Hedgehog. Thank you for watching.
Perfect.
If you happen to have any questions, feel free to contact me through mainly my Twitch page or through the YouTube page. Both are Blazing Zeddy. I'd be happy to answer any questions that there may be for the category and just the game in general. I'll let the credits play out because the music's pretty awesome.
Got all the Chaos Emeralds.
And yeah, Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video or one of my streams.
This isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
Let's do this! I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, and I made a promise that I intend to keep. With the power of these emeralds, Black Doom and his army are finished! This is who I am!